All right, I've got 4 new Ninja Creamy flavors for you. I feel like these are kind of like end of summer, beginning of fall type of flavors. So I'm gonna show you how to make Samoa Cookie Ninja Creamy, Blueberry Pie, Peach Cobbler, and Raspberry Coconut. All of these are delicious and I can't wait for you to try them. So let's jump into it. We're gonna make a Samoa Cookie flavored Ninja Creamy. So I'm just gonna use some coconut flavored Greek yogurt. This is the Chobani Greek yogurt. It's just gonna take 1 of these little containers. Then we're gonna add 1/4 of a cup of coconut flakes. I'm using unsweetened coconut flakes. You could use sweetened, or you could also use fresh coconut. 1/4 of a cup in there. Then we're just gonna fill it up the rest of the way with a chocolate core power protein shake. So this usually is enough to make 2 of them, but we're gonna fill it up to that max fill line and then just mix it all up. Then just put the lid on it and put it in the freezer. 24 hours later, we're gonna spin it on smoothie bowl. Oh my goodness, look at that. We gotta take care of that first. Alright, once you get it all leveled out, then you can put it in your Ninja Creamy and put it on smoothie bowl. Okay, it's a little bit powdery like it usually is, so we're gonna dig a little hole in the middle. We're gonna add a little bit of that chocolate core power back in there, and also our mix-ins. So I thought about using dates, but I didn't get any dates. I have this Lara bar though that is made out of dates. This is dates, pecans, and almonds. So I'm just gonna break this little bar up in there. You could do actual Samoa cookies. I think that that would be delicious. Then put it back in your Ninja Creamy on respin. Ooh, yum. This looks so good. Taste test. Chocolatey, coconutty, like this is delicious. The texture is perfect. It's like soft serve ice cream. 10 out of 10. We're gonna make a blueberry pie Ninja Creamy. So I'm gonna use a food scale just so I don't have to dirty up some measuring spoons and measuring cups and stuff. But we're gonna use about 3/4 of a cup of vanilla Greek yogurt. Then we're gonna add in some blueberries. You can use fresh or frozen. I'm using frozen right here. I'm using a little over 1/2 cup of frozen blueberries, and then I'm just gonna fill it up the rest of the way with 1 of these vanilla protein shakes. This is the Oikos brand. All right, so just fill it up. And then what I'm gonna do is actually blend this up. So I have an immersion blender. This isn't required, but I like to make sure that the blueberries are all chopped up so it doesn't give the Ninja Creamy any problems whenever we spin it. So you could just put it in a regular blender, but I'm gonna use this immersion blender. All right, once you get it all blended up, then just put the lid on it and put it in the freezer. And 24 hours later, we're gonna spin it on smoothie bowl. It is almost perfect. It's like just a little bit powdery, but I'm not gonna put any liquid in it because it's almost there. I'm gonna add a little mix-in. This is a blueberry muffin flavored Lara bar. So it's got cashews, dates, apples, blueberries, and vanilla extract. So I'm just gonna break this up in there. Make sure if you put a mix-in in your Ninja Creamy that you push it all the way down to the bottom. So I'm gonna dig out like a little well right here. Instead of doing the mix-in, I'm gonna hit respin so it breaks it up really good. Moment of truth. Ooh, beautiful. Most importantly, let's see how it tastes. That actually tastes like a blueberry pie. Like, it is crazy how similar the flavors are. It's almost like a blueberry muffin, but just like in ice cream form. This is so good. We're gonna make a peach cobbler Ninja Creamy. So I'm gonna use a food scale so I don't have to use any measuring cups. We're gonna take some vanilla Greek yogurt and add 3/4 of a cup of vanilla Greek yogurt into your Ninja Creamy container. And then we're gonna take 1 peach, and I'm just gonna rip the peach in half and throw it in there because I'm gonna be using the immersion blender to blend it all up. Then you're just gonna fill it up the rest of the way with some Oikos vanilla protein shake, or you can just use regular milk. It takes about half of the protein shake. And then we're gonna take our immersion blender, blend up the peach. Once you get it all blended up, then just put the lid on it and put it in the freezer. 24 hours later, we're gonna spin it on smoothie bowl. Smoothie bowl. So I'm gonna dig a little hole in the middle of it like usual. And then I'm gonna pour just a little bit of this Oikos vanilla protein shake. And I'm also gonna add my mix-ins. So this is optional, but I'm gonna add in, I found these pumpkin pie Lara bars at Whole Foods yesterday. It's like a special edition because it's fall, because it has dates, cashews, apples, almonds, pumpkin, cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, and ginger. So I think that this will add like a nice flavor with the peach. So you don't have to add anything, or you could add the pecan flavored Lara bar. I think it's pecan pie, but make sure you break it up because it doesn't break up on its own in the Ninja Creami. And then put it back in there on respin. All right, it got a little bit fluffy, like just a little bit, but it still looks very good. Let's see how it tastes. Flavor of the peach is incredible, it's strong. I like the flavor of that Lara bar in there. It adds a little bit of cinnamon and a little bit of spice. I think it complements it very well. We're gonna make a raspberry coconut flavored Ninja Creami. So we're gonna use a coconut flavored Greek yogurt. This is the Chobani Greek yogurt. So we're just gonna add the whole cup to the Ninja Creami container. We're gonna add 1/4 of a cup of shredded coconut flakes, just 1/4 of a cup. Then we're gonna add some raspberries. I'm using frozen raspberries, but you could use fresh. We're gonna use about 1/2 a cup. And then we're just gonna fill it up the rest of the way with some high protein milk. You could use one of those protein shakes or any milk that you would like. I think coconut milk would be really good in this, but just fill it up until it reaches that max fill line. And then we're gonna use our immersion blender. If you're using fresh raspberries, you might not need the immersion blender, but I'm gonna use it because I'm using frozen. Then we're just gonna put the lid on it and put it in the freezer. 24 hours later, we're gonna spin it on smoothie bowl. All right, crumbly like usual, so I'm gonna add a little bit of yogurt and my mix-in. I don't have any coconut yogurt left, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of this vanilla Greek yogurt. And then for my mix-in, I'm gonna use this cashew cookie flavored Lara bar. You would think that I'm sponsored by them, the amount that I use them, but I'm not yet. It's made of cashews and dates, and that's it. So I think that'll be a really good flavor combination with the raspberry coconut. Whatever mix-in you choose, just make sure to push it all the way down to the bottom. Then we're just gonna put it back in the Ninja Creami on respin. Okay, it looks very thick, so I probably could have added a little bit more yogurt, or if you added some milk, it probably turned out really good. But the mix-ins look like they've mixed in really well. Taste test. That is very good. That is like a very summery flavor. The coconut is very strong. The raspberry isn't as strong, but it perfectly complements the coconut. I think this is delicious. So that's it for my end of summer flavors. I hope you enjoy them as much as I did. Make sure you try them out and let me know which one is your favorite in the comments. And also make sure you stick around because the next episode is going to be my fall flavors and I can't wait to share those with you. So make sure that if you like this video, then you like this video. Leave me a comment, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.